Hello, baby gangsters. This is Calvin, also known as Homer, and this is 100 Line Last Defense Academy, and we're still here in this route that has a lot of craziness and a lot of Ato. I wish I didn't have to do this alone, but everyone's a potential suspect. Maybe there's one person who can help me think of something. She's not human, so the disorder probably won't affect my perception of her? Ava! Whoa, okay. That's actually really again, the thing, oh my god, we're moving around. Is this the first time we moved around in this game? Since last October. Since last October, honestly. What's so crazy about this is that Takumi is not being ever dumb in this whole sequence, right? He's come up with some great ideas, but again, the rules have changed every time he comes up with great ideas. Good morning, Takumi. How are you feeling? Are you ready to give Ato your body? Oh my god, it's a horror movie. This is a horror movie. You cannot deny this is a horror movie. Takumi, let's go destroy humanity together. They're nothing but a plague on this planet. They all deserve to die. Partially true. Partially true. I forget what the map is X, so whereabouts are we going? And we have to go down naturally, so I guess we're just aiming to go down the stairs, I guess, to go down to the courtyard, right? Is that where we have to go? Connecting call, we have to go down the stairs. There's gonna be another Ato there, isn't there? There's gonna be another Ato. I just know it. I just feel it. I feel the power of what they're doing here. It's terrifying. We can just go right down again, but I want to see if there's another Ato around here. This is diving into... Oh, this is the courtyard. Okay. I thought it was first floor, but I guess it's second floor. It's been a while. What the freaking hell? I knew what Ava still looks like Ava to me. She's an invader, not a human, so Ato's disorder can't change the way I see her. Yeah, and I knew she'd be in the cage as well because, it's unfathomable that at this point we wouldn't have seen her, at all around the place if she was in that state where she was, her brain was changed or if she was, allowed in with all of us again. So, it makes sense she was in the cage. Yeah. By the way, refreshing to see somebody who's not... this is post Nigu death as well. It's refreshing to see, I know it's weird to say this with a dead body in her hand, but it's so refreshing to see someone who's not Ato. I don't know why, but it just feels right. I'm sorry we couldn't save him. It's not your fault. Besides, Nigo died protecting Saray. That means his sacrifice wasn't in vain. I mean, Saray is evil as hell. Well, Saray is programmed by evil people. Do you still hate Ato for killing Nigo? I don't think I know how to hate. But if Ato were still alive, if you're here right now, what would you do then? I don't know. I didn't feel good about what I was about to do. It basically amounted to exploiting Ava's feelings for Nigo for my own ends. Yeah, and this has happened a few times, by the way, where we've made immoral decisions. We have that don't feel good. It's happened quite a few times as we played this game. But there's no other way. She's the only Ato. She was the only one Ato couldn't warp my perception of. If I need your help, but you can't repeat what I'm about to say to anyone. Not even Saray. Understood. If that is your order, I will obey. Ava nodded in agreement and I began to speak. I told her everything that had happened since I absorbed Ato's hemoanima and ended up with a portion of his consciousness. This must feel amazing in some ways to just be able to describe exactly what you were feeling. How he spoke to me inside my head, and how his disorder had manifested in me, making all my teammates look and sound just like him. Last, I went over the challenge he had set me, and my search for the one fake Ato hiding in the school. That time is limited to getting closer, and if I couldn't win Ato's little game, he'd take over my body completely. But if Saray got to know about it, he'd probably just kill me. Ava listened to it all in silence, her face devoid of any emotion. Wow. This must sound pretty crazy, right? You probably don't believe me. It's so weird because I remember last year also playing this game when it was really warm, because we played this game for what was April all the way to October. So I was playing this through heat waves. I was playing this through cold spells. I was playing this through spring weather. So feeling the heat right now, it's not a heat wave right now, but it's still very warm. That's why I have the fan on. But it's one of those things where it's weird to be, no, it's not weird at all. It's this nostalgic feeling of deja vu where it's the heat plus this game is... It's an interesting feeling. You know what I mean? It's definitely an interesting feeling. No? If it is your order, I will believe you. Oh my god. That's what's always so dark about Ava, isn't it? It's like, if it's your order, I'll believe you. How did, it's like, that's not belief, To order someone to believe is not belief. It's just not. That's good. What's your next order? Should I help you find the illusion? And Takami's 100%, by the way. Like, and this is why we always have to say, our characters aren't perfect, but in the moment of like pure distress and like panic, he is exploiting the thing that we never wanted to exploit, which is Ava's undying desire to be ordered around by us. You know what I mean? And follow orders. I'd like you to come to talk to everyone with me. I'm hoping we'll run into someone that only I can see. That's how we'll know who the fake is. So be honest, who is there, who isn't? All right? Understood. I'll do my best to be of use of you. Thanks, Ava. It's actually, again, another really smart idea. And about what you said earlier, I don't know about hate, but listening to you just now, I felt the urge to stop Mr. Atsuki from getting his way. That is a desire. That's definitely like a resentment. That's definitely resentment, you could say. Is it all right for me to feel this emotion? Yeah. Resentment's okay. Perhaps we should get started. Come on, Mr. Sumino. Resentment is so normal in this time too as well. Even though, like, again, I want to make it clear, Eito is like whatever person that works for that ARC and that government that's trying to take over this place as well. Like whatever, like I forget the name of the company that hospital. What's it called? It's been so long. It's been like nearly a year, so like I kind of forget it. But you guys can remind me. But like whoever works for all this stuff, like killing them is actually like a net good. But it's like one of those things where like. It's still normal to feel resentment and especially with the knowledge they have right now. When I let Ava out of the cage, she immediately began walking towards the hallway. I fell in a step behind her and then... What? 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 What is happening?
Huh?
What? Oh, did Eito do this?
Ava, are you okay? What's wrong?
Wait, we didn't see who did it?
What the... Where did this knife come
We didn't
from?
even see who did it? What the hell are we talking about? Look at this. We didn't even see who did this. So much blood. And Ava's not registered in the Revive-O-Matic if I don't do... Oh my god, what the hell?
You're too late, Takumi.
It was Eito. It was Eito. Suddenly I heard Eito's voice coming out of nowhere. No, that's not right. It was more like I was hearing him inside my head.
There's no coming back from a wound like this. A clean, direct hit to the heart.
Wait, did he make us do it?
That's how you killed
He
her,
did!
Takumi.
Oh my god, he's such a bastard. What the hell?
You... How did you pick up this knife
That
without
is
me
so
noticing?
scary. He's such an awful person. I'm sorry, but like the thing is as well is like, he never, again, I want to make clear, when I say he never intended to play fair, he said he didn't want to play fair. He didn't say it was going to be fair. He didn't say at all it was going to be fair.
Apparently, we've become so close that I can control your body when you're unconscious.
Oh my freaking god, that is the worst. That is the worst. And look, we're just seeing Ava on the ground as well.
You mean, while I was sleeping, you...
He picked up a knife while we were sleeping to
This
throw
is
at
your
her.
own fault, Did you really think I wouldn't account for that prisoner's presence?
Well, of course, but again, it's like no matter what, Takumi has technically, if the original rules were just what the rules were, if it was just the original rules of just finding the imposter, Takumi has beaten Eito 3 times, right? Technically, but because Eito is admittedly not playing by any like set of like fair rules, he's not able to win.
I've been hoping I get a chance to kill her and take her out of the equation.
That's so horrible. It's so horrible. If she had been a little further away when you two were talking, I never would have had the opportunity. Oh my freaking god. This is such a dark image as well. And that's what I'm saying. If this was just a fair game where you just have to find out who the imposter was, Takumi's already won. You know what I mean? But again, that's the whole point is that Eito's playing unfair.
Until you helpfully lured her out for me. And now the threat is gone.
Especially if she was coming from the front, like if Takumi tried to kill her from the front. Well, no, she'd probably accept it. That's the thing. She accepts all the orders. It's so dark. So she's already brainwashed here at this moment. So that's why he didn't do anything weird today. He was waiting for me to talk to Ava. So like, oh my dear lord.
Are you just going to stand there? Shouldn't you get rid of the body?
It's such a dark way. Such a dark, dark, dark soul.
get rid of it.
This is the Eito that I always remember just having disdain for, right? Before all the other actions.
You're going to be in big trouble if anyone sees you like this. They're already suspicious because of how
Exactly.
you act.
You didn't even think of that as well. Sorry, guys. This just stopped me in my tracks as well.
You don't want Siri interrogating you or peeking into your head
I don't know,
with
man.
a strange machines.
I think it's already like. I feel like they're all going to think we're absolutely insane. I feel like they already think they're going to think we're insane. Every time I just look back at down because I look at Takumi for most of it, and then I look down and like to freaking Ava's eyes. I feel so freaking sad.
If he finds out, you're the same as me.
Shut up! Quit talking in my head!
This is so freaking insane. It's so freaking insane. It's so awful. It's so crazy. I cannot believe we even got onto the stage. The worst thing was Eito was right. People were bound to notice it. Yes, of course. Of course. Especially people that pay like very close attention because of course she's a prisoner. Of course you're going to pay close attention to where she is. But if anyone found out I killed her, I'd be next on Saray's hit list. Easily. Easily. This was all one big game again to get entertainment for him as well, right? This is the entertainment he has here. Not only did he make us kill someone again, but he's now sent us into another bout of paranoia. He's eliminated another way that we can save everyone as well. I only had one choice: hide all the evidence of what I've done. It's so dark. It's so dark.
I'm so sorry, Ava.
Yeah, again, and that's what Takumi's thinking now. I exploited her anger towards Eito to get her out of the cage so she could help me, right? And he thought in the end this is for the greater good, but in the end it only killed Ava. It only killed her. And again, not that that's Takumi's fault, but I'm saying that like it's another one of those things where Eito's trying to drive home the idea that like your actions decide who lives or dies. You know, your actions technically, even though it's not true in this moment, it's not. This was Eito, but again, in Eito's mind, that can be a thing where it's like you decided again, you got close enough. If you never went to talk to her, she'd be alive.
This is all my fault. I should never have got you involved.
And that's another thing as well. And you could say it's common sense, but again, he was panicked and scared because I do agree with that notion that like whoever he was going to, if he had already changed everything, what was he going to do to someone who he got involved as well? But again, I'm not going to ever put that on Takumi because he's in such a panic state. He wasn't thinking like, because I think all of us, if we were calm and we were in a position where we're very calm, we're sitting down here and we go, should I get Ava involved? And then you go, wait, no, because if he's changed everything so far and he's done all this stuff to like really like manipulate everything, what would he do to Ava? You know what I mean? But again, I think most humans wouldn't even think that far because they're scared. They're so scared. Wait, what? Did we just hide the body? What's happening? What's happening now? I took Ava's body to a lonely corner of the schoolyard. Fortunately, nobody saw me. I was about to be very rude and say, I don't care about the nobody seeing me part, but like, you have to understand from Takumi's perspective and like anyone's perspective in this situation, it's like this fear of like being killed as well by, you know, Saray. Of course you're going to be afraid. Once I was far enough away, I dug a hole and buried her. That's so sad, man. Again, he can't. It's not just about coming up with a different plan or coming up with a different idea to get around this. He's going to feel responsible for the death of somebody else. In my head, I apologize to her over and over again while I also cursing Eito. That is so, again, his mind is getting destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. Finally, I stuck back to my room, took off my bloodstained clothes, and got into the shower. Ava was dead. Oh my god. Eito taking control had made me stab her. I should have known something like this would happen. Why didn't I see it coming? Because you were scared. Again, I'm not trying to... No, I am trying... No, it's not an excuse. It's just saying the truth. He was terrified. He's panicked. He's scared. He's all those things in between. Of course, he would be as well. I just killed one of my allies. And now that Ava was gone, I had no chance of finding the fake Eito. It was even one to find. Was it going to lose? Was this how it all ends? Was Eito going to be the new Takumi? He's gone. Look at his mind. Look at his face. Look how panicked he is.
I am Takumi Sumino.
Oh my god, and his voice here as well. And he's trying to reaffirm to himself, I am. I am. It's not Eito. I am. I'm not Eito Atsuki. I'm not Eito Atsuki. Takumi Sumino, Takumi Sumino, Takumi Sumino, Takumi Sumino, Takumi Sumino, Sumino, Takumi. Oh my. Not Eito Atsuki, not Eito Atsuki, not Eito Atsuki, not Eito Atsuki, not Eito Atsuki. Not Eito Atsuki, not Eito Atsuki, not. Oh my god. Again, tried to reaffirm because everything he's seen is like someone taking over his body. That's what's happening right now. I didn't sleep a wink that night. I couldn't risk him taking over again. I just sat and waited for the next day to arrive. Zero days left. Today was my final deadline. So what do we do? Go away.
Well, the big day is finally here. Today will decide your future. And mine.
How about no? How about no?
I feel like we should celebrate. Have you got any party poppers? Don't worry. Even if there aren't any, I can still make you hear them.
Again, he's showing how he has control of our mind. Didn't mean to press the button. He has control of our mind even. Like he's making, like it's something so simple, but it's still so invasive, making us hear party poppers.
Still feels a little lacking, don't you think?
And it's just taunting us at this stage.
Our fun little challenge is finally at an end. We really ought to do something to mark the occasion. How do you like that? Takumi's inevitable mental breakdown
that's applause.
before a live studio audience.
It doesn't feel good because I love Takumi so much and seeing him go into a spiral like this as well. An absolute spiral. And some will say, well, he killed someone who was innocent. And first of all, like I think like, you know, the idea of like in that route, Eito is technically innocent, right? But as I said before, we don't play this game based on like that because again, we based on every single route, right? We have to and what the knowledge is in that sense as well. And from Takumi's perspective, he was a betrayer, right? But like, there's no way that Takumi deserves this at all. I'm sorry.
Yes, we're starting to strike the right mood now. Don't you think so, my abominable friend?
Eito, just do what you're going to do then. Do what you're going to do then.
I don't care.
I don't care? Is this the way of like beating Eito by like not giving him any satisfaction? You know, this is my way of being considered, you know? The result of our competition is a foregone conclusion. Even you can't fail to grasp that. Of course, because it wasn't a competition. It was you messing with Takumi. Takumi beat you 3 times, technically, if you were allowed to play by the rules and you didn't get to interfere. Takumi won 3 times. Takumi beat Eito. Takumi, he didn't outsmart Eito, I want to make that clear, right? Didn't. But if you played by the rules and let Takumi do anything without interference, Takumi won 3 times. I want you to feel good one last time before I crush you completely. So you think you've already won? Does it feel strange to have someone you killed claiming victory over you? Think about it though. Didn't I surrender a little too quickly? Would the Eito Atsuki you know have given up on exterminating humanity that easily? Wouldn't I have some cunning plan in place so I could get away in the event of my failure? Or saying you got taken prisoner on purpose? And if anyone was going to kill me, it would have to be you. And you already absorbed me once in a previous timeline. What would happen if you did it again? I knew that Anima would react in some way. I decided to gamble on the possibility. You gambled on the possibility that this could happen? Wow, Jesus Christ. The fact that it worked. You don't mean that. You're a realist. You'd never stake your life on something unless you were sure it would work in your favor. Well, it's all moot at this point anyway. Your time is just about up. All that's left is you to give me your final answer. What do you say, Takumi? Have you found the 11th Eito? We don't know anything, right? What? Oh my god. We haven't found them, right? But we haven't. What? So these are obviously the different choices that are going to lead to different things, of course, as well. So I found him and not here. So I think that, like... Like... We're gonna click not here. Right? This is the first time we've done this in a while. I don't know, man. I'm just worried about like who could we even like proclaim at this point? I'm gonna say not here, but wait. Oh, not remember you were saying earlier, is there even an 11th Ato? Is that what he means by not here? I thought he meant like not here as in I haven't done it right here right now. Or I don't have the choice right here right now. So maybe he means like not here as in like you're not here. Because remember you were saying, is there even an 11th Ato at all? Is saying there's not an 11th Ato here? You can twist and alter my perception how you want. In that situation, there's no way I can possibly tell the difference between the illusion and a real thing. Right from the start, there's never a fair challenge.
Oh.
Enough excuses, just give me your answer? There's no 11 Ato. That's what he did me. Okay, I remember he said this earlier. He did say this, like, is there even an Ato here? Because when I said not here, I was like, it means we haven't found it. It's like, we don't have it right here, right now, but not here is literally just, there's no 11th Ato. You just wanted to make me paranoid so I get desperate and attack someone. Does this mean you're forfeiting the challenge? Are you sure you want to do that? You'd be throwing away your only chance to get rid of me. Not to mention your own existence is on the line. Here. That answer was no answer at all, Takumi. You're the one who accepted the challenge. It's a little late to complain about the rules now. If you've lost, admit and accept your fate gracefully.
Tell me you've lost, Takumi. I want to hear you say it.
Again, it's all about the victory here as well. It's all about the victory. He wants to, and again, not all about he wants the torture as well, but like again, he wants the satisfaction of hearing Takumi say that he gave up, especially since Takumi, like, to Ato's perception, I think he sees Takumi as someone who like is like a fake hero who is always like, I'll fight and I'll keep fighting, and it's like in reality, it's like I think he thinks that Takumi doesn't like believe this stuff. I think that he believes that he's sacrificing people for his own gain, for his own survival, and him saying I've like lost and I didn't win is like gonna be so satisfying for Ato. It's the crumbling of what he believes to be the fake hero, the fake leader. What? Another choice so quickly? What? They're both the same thing. They're both the same thing. What do you like? They're both the same thing. I have no idea what we can even choose. I feel like I lose gives him like less satisfaction. No, because he wants to lose. But if I say you win, okay. Look, we're gonna do all the choices. we're doing all of them anyway. Let's just do it. Let's just do it.
All right. I lose.
There we go.
Don't insult my intelligence, Takumi.
What do you mean?
If you truly believed you'd lost, your spirit would have crumbled by now. You're still determined to fight me. I can
again,
feel it.
Ato, this is a great character writing by Ato for Ato as well. He's not satisfied. with just what he asked for, right? He needs to see the visual sense of it. But I think even if he saw the visual of it, I think he would still ask for something else. He's obsessed with this now, right? And I think that's one of the most important things. He's obsessed with this. I think no matter what, he'll continue to move the goalposts.
Oh, I've lost all right. I've lost the unfair challenge you pressured me into taking.
Great way to put it.
But here's the thing, Eito. You've lost to me plenty of times already. Don't let one little victory go to your head.
Oh my god. Okay, I actually think this is actually very much more defined than I thought it would be. But Takumi being like, yeah, I beat you once before. In multiple routes, I've beaten you as well. I beat you at the end of the last route as well. I also killed you in this route. Technically, I would have won if you didn't interfere with my mind.
Because next time, I'm going to win.
Oh, wait, the next route.
You really think there'll be a next time?
Yes.
This was your last chance and you squandered it. Your body is mine. You've lost utterly and completely. Now despair, surrender, submit.
Okay, come on.
You can't take my body unless I give in, can you?
Wait, what? Oh, wait. Is it a situation where, like, it's not about the choices or not about the time limit, it's actually about him, like, crumbling apart? He has to actually, like, crumble apart. He can't just take his body. He has to break apart, he has to break down, so he has maybe less control of his emotions?
That's why you created this unwinnable challenge.
That's so incredible.
To crush my spirit.
Oh my god. Yeah, that makes sense. It's not a time limit, and that's why here as well, like, if we really did lose and we said he lost, then he would have taken over our body, but he can see we're still defiant. It's the Freddy Krueger thing.
You haven't broken me yet. And this time, I've got a challenge for you.
Takumi, what the hell? A challenge for me? Oh, this feels so good. This feels so good to be fighting back against this. That's so crazy, because this whole time, it was this, like, very looming, amazing moment here where we had this ticking time clock, which was the our body being taken over. And we thought it was a time limit, but in reality it was the fear that Eito would put into us to make us consistently, like, break down, our mind break down. So we've gone to a stage now, like, where he could, like, take over our body because our mind was not as strong as it used to be. But now that we've, like, accepted this loss, but then are trying to stay strong in this moment, he can't take us over. And unlike yours, this one's completely fair, and the rules are nice and simple. What is the rules? It seems I underestimated you. Fine, I'll bite. It's probably nothing but a desperate bluff anyway. I knew you wouldn't let me down. Let's get started. What is it? Get started, but you haven't even told me the rules. What? What just happened? I raised the knife in my hand and stabbed myself in the thigh with it. Takumi! What the hell? Wait. It was the same knife that killed Ava. Oh my god. Takumi, what the hell? What the hell do you think you're doing? I had to be sure, but now I know you share all the same No. Takumi. Is he gonna hurt himself to hurt Eito? When I stabbed myself just now, I felt something weird, something apart from the pain. What was I feeling? That was your pain, wasn't it? What are you going to do now? Isn't it obvious I'm going to kill you? Jesus, Takumi. You can't do that. I'm you, remember? You're the last remnants of Eito Atsuki clinging to my mind like a leech. Jesus Christ. This time I drove the knife in a little deeper. This is so brutal as well. And like, you could say, is this not him losing his mind? Could Eito not take over? I think it's actually like this weird galvanization of his mind where, like, he's gone so far deep into this like madness that he's almost like put up like a steel shield, or as I said, like galvanizing like his brain. I don't understand. If you kill yourself, the Revive-O-Matic will just bring you back and me with you. That's right, even if I take my own life, I won't really die. Which means I can kill... Oh my god, he's gonna accept the pain of death to hurt Eito. Takumi, you are crazy. You are crazy. And the blood splattering. I forgot there was like big like amounts of blood in this game. And her stab deeper, longer, more painful. I figured out yet my challenge to you is a test of endurance. It's who can withstand the pain of death more. Shortly after I lost consciousness, next thing I knew, I was back in my room. The floor was covered in blood. Revive-O-Matic must have brought me back after I bled. Oh my god, it's who can handle dying the most. I could hear Ato talking, but I ignored him and stepped out of the door onto... Now what'll happen if... Takumi! There's no point in doing all this, you know. I'm inflicting pain on you, aren't I? Pain is so bad it feels like you're going to die. All I have to do is keep doing this until the last of your consciousness is gone. But you'll be feeling it too. Do you really think you can keep torturing yourself without it affecting you? Takumi has experienced torture in the past few days that I honestly think that, again, as I said, his brain is being, like, I use the word galvanized, right? It's galvanized. It really is. This is so crazy. Like I said, it's all about endurance. This is a contest to see which of our minds break first. Winner takes all. This is the darkest. This is one of the darkest paths ever. Murdering ourselves and hurting ourselves over and over just to hurt Ato. Ready for round 2? People say falling from high up is a really painful way to die. I wonder if it's true. Sorry, but you don't get a choice. We're doing this. How can you will be so strong? Why can't I stop you? And that's the thing, Ato can't stop us, because again, I really think it's because he's gone so far into that madness that it's almost created like a shield and emboldened him and turned him to stone. You know? I hopped the fence around the edge of the roof and turned to face the school and leaped off the edge. That is so dark. My body hit the ground with a sickening crunch. My vision went red and then... I think I'll try... What the hell? It won't leave a pretty corpse. But I'll look hideous to you anyway, so it barely makes any difference. And people call me crazy. You're far more unhinged than I could ever be. I mean, you've made this. You created this. It'll be like, you're so crazy. You literally created this. I'll take that as a compliment. Oh my god, Takumi. I don't usually think about morbid stuff like this, so you'll have to forgive me if I run out of ideas. That is a crazy line. Because again, he isn't someone who's focused on death, so he's coming up with different ideas to torture Ato. Even if I end up killing myself the same way several times, you have to stick with me to the very end anyway. Seriously, what do you think it's going to achieve? You're dead, Ato. I'm just trying to remind you of that. I stood in the chair and made a noose was firmly attached to the ceiling and then slid my neck through. So dark. It's so dark. And jumped off. It's so dark. The rope bit into my neck. My consciousness once again faded out. Once again I died and was brought back. This is so dark. From there I killed myself over and over again. Every time the Revive-O-Matic restored my body to full health. Using the pain of death to overwhelm Ato's spirit was my last resort. If it didn't work, nothing would. This is what Ato has done to him. This is what this 3 days of torture has done. I was determined to make him suffer as much pain as possible. I didn't stop at jumping or hanging. I subjected myself to every kind of death I could think. It's so crazy. It's so wild. I used my sword to cut my stomach off. I drank poisons. Oh my, he went to the freaking poison. He went to the lab. I can just vision him running to the lab. I drowned myself in the... No, I can't. I know, like you're saying with Calvin, you already jumped up a roof, but like this is so bad. The pain and fear were almost too much to bear. It was a living, as it would be. The fact that coming back after each didn't make it any easier. Of course it wouldn't. Pain. That's the whole thing. You still feel that pain. Caught in this endless cycle of agony, there were times when I wanted to give up and die for real. My only consolation was knowing that Ato felt the same. My pain was his pain. His suffering was just as much. It's the only thing keeping him going is the fact that he knows he's hurting Ato. That's the only thing keeping him going. I couldn't stop it. If I could just get through this, I'd finally be rid of him. That was the one thing I was sure of. I kept going, and soon enough I committed suicide over 100 times. That's so dark. And it goes without saying how you don't even have to explain why that's dark. You know, this isn't one of those things that I'm going to hear, like, you know, talk about, like, you know, the ins and outs of this, even though I love, you know, yapping. This is one of those things where it's just on the screen, self-explanatory why this is dark. You don't need me to extrapolate on why this is dark. It's in plain text. Right in front of us. You're still alive in there? I want to keep this up until you disappear for good. I stepped onto the roof and jumped again. By that point, I'd long since lost count of how many times I died that way. Before I could reach the edge, somebody grabbed my arm. What are you doing, Takumi? He just said you've been What do you mean, Eito? But Eito's gone. Why would you do something like that? So he let me go. I don't have time to explain. I can't just stand back and watch one of my most hideous friends jump to his... No. He's playing a good game here, which is the idea of, like, getting other people involved. He doesn't want to solve anything, right? The Revive-O-Matic will just bring you back afterwards. Yeah, he's not trying to die. Again, I shouldn't be cheering for Takumi to do this. I want to make it clear here. I'm not sitting here being like, oh yeah, let's do this some more. But I'm saying obviously like this is something we can't like, you know, we can't fall for Eito's tricks either. It's so, I don't know. It's so dark. It's so dark to even think of. I'll come back, so there's no need for you to stop me. That's not the point. Please just tell us what's going on. I'm sorry. I jerked my arm free and ran for the fences fast. Could we tell them now, or like... Or is it just one of those situations where I hopped the fence and jumped again? Jesus. And then them having to watch that as well. I felt the shock as I hit the ground and heard this. Oh my god, it's so bad. It's so bad. Again and again and again. Like, what? And again, they see him. They see him. They see him as just Takumi jumping. The next time I went up the roof, Eito's were there waiting for me. Please don't do this. What's happened to you, Takumi? Things aren't really that bad, are they? Can we talk? This is heartbreaking because, again, from their perspective, this is why it pisses me off so bad. These are people we care about and love, and they're watching Takumi do this. This is what Eito has driven Takumi to doing. F Eito, man. And this is why, again, we've grown to love Eito in other routes 110% because he's correct a lot of times now. He is very correct. But this is one of those times I'm just like, man. And I know someone's going to say, well, Calvin, he killed Eito. Yeah, but again, it's one of those things like killing somebody because of perceived betrayal to your group when you don't know the true answers to everything in this world. I don't think is like worth emotional torture and then the threat of killing your entire group of people. Someone could argue that morally, that getting rid of the Last Defense Academy members actually would be a moral good for the world because that means the people in this planet would actually be saved on their side of the war. But the problem is we know Veshness is on the other side still killing all those people anyway. No matter what, those people of that other group are going to be absorbed, destroyed. They don't like Veshness either. They're getting punished by Veshness. It's like, you know, so the idea of killing these guys will save this planet. It'll save it for Veshness, you know, if I remember correctly. But no, there is still kids here, but even they like, because I remember the kids found Nozomi that time and it was such a heartbreaking moment as well. So there are kids here as well, so you could argue that it is a moral good, but you know what I'm saying? It's just like, yeah, it's dark. It's I know it's dark to even think about. You know you can trust us with anything, right? What else are your worst enemies for? And again, it's like just trading words. You get what I'm saying? I'm not sitting here saying that like, I'm trying to talk about the morals all the time, but too like how of killing Eito and why you can't blame Takumi fully for that idea, right? Even though again, Eito was correct in that moment. And also, again, someone could argue in terms of like the trolley problem that destroying everyone in the academy would save a lot of people. But then again, Veshness is already destroying their own people. So you know what I'm saying? It's like a really big like quandary here. I don't think you can just justify the murder of every single one of our friends, and we wouldn't want it to happen either. I love them too much, you know. This is what's broken Takumi. I have to do this. Really, you have to jump off the roof and die? Yes. But why? Why do you have to make this so confusing? Get out of my way. Get out of my way. Oh my god. No, I won't. We're not moving from this spot until you tell us the truth. Even if you're not really dying, it's hard on us seeing you hurt yourself like this. Come on, what's going on with you? If that's how it's going to be. I took out a knife and hid it in my pocket and plunged it in my stomach before anyone could stop me. Takumi, no, somebody help him. Right, and again, Takumi's not thinking about this, but the trauma that this is going to impart on all these characters too. You know what I mean? And again, I don't want to ever be like, because, you know, Takumi's going through something really horrible, so I'm not going to sit here and be like, think about the other people. He's not thinking about it. In a way, he is. He's thinking this is going to save people. But obviously in his mind as well, he's, you know, he's not thinking about what it's going to do with them in the immediate moment. A burning pain spread across my abdomen. I felt blood trickling out of my mouth. You know what I'm saying? My body fell to the ground while my mind fell into oblivion. How are you doing? Still alive? Of course, we can hear him taking a breath as well. Why don't you make it easy on yourself and disappear already? Why not? You're starting to wear down too. I can feel it. See, now, again, it's a war of attrition. Eito, like, wants to, is trying to wait out Takumi as well. We both are. We can't keep this up forever. It's not like you know for sure that this will get rid of me. Doesn't matter. I'm going to stop. I'm not going to stop until you're gone. I took out my knife again and swung it viciously down. He just did it right then and there. Didn't even think about him. Didn't even think twice about him. Going back and forth between life and death sometimes is doing things, weird things mind. As it would. As it would. It was getting so bad that I could barely tell whether I was alive or dead at any given moment. But even then, I didn't stop. I couldn't stop until I'd beaten Eito once and for all. Please, I'm begging you, stop doing this. And again, it's another... We don't know who it is. We have no idea who this is. I don't understand. Why does it have to be this way? I have to do this. I stagger out of the room to find a new, more painful way of ending my life. Could a commander be making Takumi... No, it's not a commander, it's Eito! What do you mean? What he's doing clearly is normal. I'm starting to wonder if the enemy is using a psychic attack on him. Maybe they're forcing him to keep killing himself, or perhaps killing himself is the only way for him to throw off the attack. But why would it be affecting Takumi, not the rest of us? It's so crazy that even us now, they can't even give us these characters, because then we know who it was, I guess. Which worries me that we might have to make another choice down the line or something. Because, like, I would really like to see the characters as they're talking amongst themselves, you know? I really would. Honestly, I have no idea. It was after our last defensive battle, Takumi started acting so strangely, right? Is it possible he was targeted with some kind of special technique back then? In the last battle, but I don't remember any attacks that only hit Takumi. And it's not as if there are any special enemies targeting him exclusively. No way, maybe there was. What are you getting at, Eito? Think about it. There is something that happened to Takumi, not the rest of us. He absorbed Eito's Hemanama. Please realize this. Who do you think this could be then who's realizing this right away? I mean, the thing with Eito, of course, Takumi's sword is head. Oh my god, they're realizing it. They're actually realizing it. You think something happened to him then? Come on. Oh my god, they're actually realizing it. Oh my god. It's possible, isn't it? Ever since Takumi hasn't been himself. What happened? What could possibly make him act like this? I can't be certain, but... What if Eito was able to transfer part of his consciousness into Takumi with his Hemanama? Eito's consciousness? You mean Eito's still alive inside Takumi? Again, they've realized it. They've done it. They've done it. And man, the joy I feel of them actually realizing this. The joy. Because again, it's a relief, right? We've been so trapped, right? We've been so enclosed, and these are our friends. It all sounds pretty far-fetched, but I can't deny the possibility either. If anime makes time travel possible, why not this too? I love that notion as well, the idea. If it's all of that's true, then what Takumi's doing right now, that's where I think he's still fighting Eito. Hiroko? Is this Hiroko's pose, or is it someone else? Who does this pose? Simmertown inducing a fever can render a virus inert. Takumi is using a pain of death to try and destroy whatever remains of him. Those are the lengths he's willing to go in order to finish this. I'm not good with the poses, I guess. He's putting himself through that all over again? No one Takumi he's keeping to himself so he won't burden on any of us. Nozomi? Who does the folded arms? I mean, they're all doing folded arms, aren't they, in a way? Is there anything we can do? Who does this pose? Ima, maybe? Oh god, I'm so, like, it's messing with my mind. Even if we can't fight it ourselves, there has to be someone else way we can help. I attached the hose to the school bus exhaust and this is just it. This, even if he's after surviving all this is like going to be so brutal. You know what I mean? The idea of like living on after all this, knowing you did all this. It turns out this is one of the more painful ways to go. Eito took control of my arm and struggled to the very end, but all in vain. It's the fact that everyone in this school has realized this too. Is like it's a great feeling, but then they cut straight to this. Right? It's a moment of relief. Like, oh my god, they actually figured it out, and then we cut straight back to this. I must have died over 200 times now. In theory, I should have been brought back to full health each time, but my body and mind were already starting to feel a strain. My spirit's getting worn down, that's good for both me and Eito, but that's not good. It's not good at all, Takumi. One way or another, it would all be over soon. I headed back to the roof to jump again. Oh my Jesus Christ. Eito saw what I was doing and tried to stop my feet from moving forward any further. But I won out in the end, and my will was still proving stronger than either of us had thought it was. Ready for another? You're a demon. No normal person would ever think of doing something like this. And that's the crazy thing about this, right? He wanted to confirm in his mind that Takumi was some, like, evil, bad person and all this stuff that, like, was willing to sacrifice other people. But now that he's proven that Takumi is actually willing to sacrifice himself so that Eito can't have any control over killing all of his friends. Now Eito reverts to calling him a demon because, again, he's been proven wrong. He's been proven wrong in this sense. And now it's changed to, you're a bad guy, you're a demon, look what you're doing. What happened to you? You're what happened to him. Oh my god. That's like someone crashing into your car and be like, oh, who did this? Man, there's a dent in your car, who did this? I don't mind becoming a demon so long as it gets rid of you. Exactly, that's what's happening here. It's the getting rid of a demon. What admirable hatred. You might hate me just as much as I hate humanity, but I'm rubbing off on you after all. You are not. I wonder if I disappear, who are you going to direct all that hatred towards? You're only fighting the invaders out of duty. Your hate for me is what gives this war meaning. Do you really want to lose that? The interesting thing about this is that again, it's Eito trying to still put his own values and his own view of Takumi onto Takumi. That's what's happening here. What a very Eito way to beg for your life. Exactly. It's so Eito. I was in no mood to listen to him. I walked towards the edge of the roof, but when I looked down, I saw something I hadn't been expecting. Wait, what?
Keep going, Takumi!
What? What? What do you mean keep going?
Don't let Eito beat you!
They're supporting his, like his suicide?
Fight through it, you hideous monster!
Oh my god, and this hideous monster. Everyone's down there supporting Takumi jumping off the roof.
We're all rooting for you! You can do
Oh
this!
my god. In the most, leave it up to Last Defense Academy to have one of the darkest ideas in history become like a weirdly heartwarming thing where everyone's like, yeah, jump off the roof. But again, it's Last Defense Academy. They turn the most darkest moments into like a moment that feels almost heartwarming.
Everyone.
You know what I mean? They're all supporting him. Down below were 10 identical Eitos, except I knew that underneath that appearance, they were really my friends and they were here for me. It's so crazy. Thanks, guys.
They're cheering you on while you commit suicide? Looks like you're not the only crazy one.
This is Last Defense Academy. This is the essence of Last Defense Academy. The darkest moment ever can be the warmest moment in the hands of this game. I'm telling you. Like, it's so crazy what they do here.
This is what having friends is all about.
Oh my god.
I've got to do my best for them too.
This image is so crazy. It's so crazy.
Do what you want. You all disgust me. You're all hideous, repulsive. You make me want to puke.
Oh my god. I ignored Ato and leapt towards my friends. And died again. I feel like I'm in a surreal reality. I feel like I'm in a surreal reality right now. Like, I just had the moment of realization of like what is happening. You know what I mean? You know, like it's like you shift in and out, and then you're kind of like, okay, this is crazy. Keep going, time. It's so crazy. But again, it's Last Defense Academy. So again, I'm fairly sure the Last Defense Academy could like turn like a moment where someone like, well, what else? Because here's the thing, like you can't make like, say for example, like slaughter of like a village in this on this planet heartwarming. I'm not saying you can make anything heartwarming, but like this is probably the furthest you can go in terms of someone like over and over taking their own lives and making it into like a supportive, heartwarming moment. You know what I mean? And I don't think many other games could do it. I don't think they could. I think it's almost impossible. Hey, you can't let it win. In fact, before I played this route, if someone told me there's a game where like everyone's supporting like this person's self-harm or like trying to kill themselves, you'd be like, okay, like no, it's not. And again, I want to be clear. It doesn't make this scene heartwarming. It's still brutal and so destructive. But there is like such a Last Defense Academy feel to like a bunch of people being like, you can do it, yeah. You know, it's Last Defense Academy. We believe you can do this. Thanks. Everyone's counting on me. I can't let them down. Spurred on by my friend's support, I continue my streak of, oh my, this is so wild. Every time I looked at it, I might be getting used to one kind of pain. I switched to a different method. This was all to kill Ato, to break his spirits. To finally put an end to this violence. So I don't, like, what, my mind is so crazy right now. To break his spirit and get rid of him once and for all. To finally put an end to my vile, repulsive nemesis, I kill myself again and again. Again and again and again and again and again and again and again. Again and 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 again. Oh my god. And now again, it's like one of those things where it's like, so like the same brutal mind-melding words spewing over and over again, but now Takami's doing it with the support of the friends that he loves. Death revival, death. It's not gonna, like, this is not gonna easy. He's done forever. Like, your mind is, I don't want to say you're done forever because I don't want to ever say that you can't recover from trauma because that's always very mean, but I'm saying that, like, it's always gonna be on his mind. Bad phrasing to say done forever. I died and was brought back and to die again countless times. Even if I'd lost count, the revival might have kept track of how many times I'd been used. My thoughts were getting hazy, but I'm pretty sure someone mentioned the number 500. They put a big emphasis in this game with the idea of like sacrifice is a huge deal in this game. So to the point that like whenever someone dies, they make it a big deal. Even on the battlefield, it's like something that you use as like a big advantage, right? There's people in this game who've many times been like, I don't want to die, because again, the main thing that they always say is they didn't want to die because it's still painful and it causes trauma. 500. That number alone. And then before I knew it, my legs gave out. My last reserves of energy seemed to be to disappear. I fell to the ground and everything went black. What are we going to do? Wait, what's happening? No. No. Takamura, come on, get it together. No way. There's Omi. Please, Takumi, open your eyes. There's no way it worked. I can hear their voice. No way we're going to get to see them. Shoma, what's happening to it now? Gaku, the angel. How am I supposed to know? Somebody do something. Moko's like, come on, Takumi, you gotta come back to us. Oh my god, the fact that are we gonna get to see them? Are we gonna get to see them? Please. Please. Oh my god. I mean, it's not everyone right in the frame right now, but it's like the two lovebirds at least. Oh my god, Takumi looks like he's so devastated. Look at his mind. Or his face, I should say.
He's awake!
Oh, Tsubasa as well.
Takumi, are you okay? We were starting to think you'd never
So it
wake
actually
up.
worked. This is one of the great, again, it's so weird that this is how I get to see my crew again before the end, right? This is how I get to see them. I'm saying end because, like, unless, like, there's, like, yeah, well, no, we're going to do the other choices, but, like, we will do the other choices, but I'm saying that, like, unless there's, like, a whole, because I heard this route is, like, a little bit shorter. I did hear this route was shorter. There's no way that, like, they're going past, like, a mile past this, right? This has to be, like, the ending. I think we got, like, an ending that's not, if this is the ending, right? I don't know if it's going to be, like, a thing where, like, Ato's going to show up and be like, I'm here, actually. But, like, what this is not a happy ending, even if we get to, like, hang with our friends here, because what happened to Takumi right now is going to be traumatizing forever. But then again, coming out of your trauma and getting to live a new life, you can create a new happy ending, right? Of course.
You guys, if you're here and you're you again, then looks
This
like I
song?
finally won.
This song right now, out of all songs, I mean, I'll take it. I haven't heard the song in so long. I'll take it.
You won? You
Kako,
mean-
oh, the best girl.
Way to go, man. I
This
knew you
is
could
so
do it.
weirdly heartwarming. Way to go, but I knew you could jump off that roof like 200 times. It's like so weirdly heartwarming.
What a relief. I'm so glad.
Beautiful stuff. All my friends were there now, the whole special defense unit together in one place.
Hey.
Eva, best hair in the world. Mr. Atsuki is really gone now, even the last remnants of his consciousness. And people say, like, you might say, like, when I say people could say, I mean, like, someone could say as a retort to what I'm saying, just so you know my expressions. It's not me saying that you guys would say this, but someone could say, you saw him at the start of this game. Like, why is it so exciting now? And the reason why it's so exciting is because I've been through that kind of scene before. And yes, it was new after we killed Ato, but it wasn't enough really. We didn't see him for long. This is a whole new scene and a whole new route and a whole new idea as well, you know, and a whole new story. This is a totally new vibe, and we get to see the characters we love in this moment. Takumi. Yeah, he's gone now. Dead and gone. Oh, this smile, this honestly, the fact that we get a smile from Takumi, amazing. And the fact that he's like, we can actually say goodbye to the notion of this as well. You were awesome, Takumi. Talent like yours only comes around once in 100 years. When you jumped off the roof, it was like the most elegant series of frog splashes I've ever seen. A frog splash is top rope. You jump, you clasp your hands together, and you move your knees to your elbows and then extend out to get more momentum. And then slam on the ground. I don't know if that momentum works, but like it looks really cool. There's also the 5-star frog splash as well. But the most famous frog splashes were like Rob Van Dam and Eddie Guerrero were like the two most famous frog splashes in the history of wrestling. Yeah. I got chills watching you. Sebastian show up every single time too. Oh, we wouldn't have it either way. Look at this angel. Oh, come on. You didn't need to tell him that. Honestly, it's weird. Again, Last Defense Academy comfort. Tsubasa vomiting comfort. It's so weird. Because, like, again, remember the story when her vomiting? That's weird. Do not put a soundbite there, guys. Please do not cut that out or clip it. Romer saying, Tsubasa vomiting? Comfort. What a comfort. Oh my god.
Oh.
It was certainly a novel way of defeating Ato. You're the only one who could have come up with something like that. Hiroko, it's so good to see you as well. It's not good to see you. So that's officially the end of Atsuki. We're good to move on. Well, I'd still kill you. Sooner, are you listening? Yeah, we're good. You know what's so crazy? Ato was right about Sere. And that's what this happy ending is like, not necessarily a happy ending. I'd love to just boot Sere right now, you know? You sure don't want to rest up some more? All that crazy shit must have put a ton of stress on you. No, it's fine. I'm fine.
Takumi, I mean, I
Oh,
am fine now.
that's weird. 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 But again, he probably had a loss of identity. You know what I mean? A big loss of identity.
It's good to see you again, everyone.
It's amazing to see everyone again. Huh?
Now that I'm back, the fun can really begin.
No. 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 Please, please, please. What are you doing? Did Eito win in the end? Eito won in the end. Did Eito win the endurance match? Is that what happened? Eito won the endurance match in the end. That is so freaking disgusting. In the end of this whole entire thing, the ending that we got was Eito, because that's what it looked like to me, right? It was Eito saying, like, it's because when he said Takumi, I thought it was just because he still had lost his mind a little bit. No. Eito, I thought we got like a happy ending. Eito won. That is so freaking dark. Let's do the other choice as well. That's so freaking dark. Because again, after everything that happened, this endurance match, as it said, that Eito, Takumi trying his best, everyone supporting him, even in the darkest of times, Eito still wins in the end. It's crazy this is where the route ends in a way though, right? Because you know why it ends? Because I bet because Eito would kill everybody, right? Or at least he tortured them for a while. So again, and since well, Takumi's dead. Yeah, if this is technically Takumi's death, that would make sense that the route would end. Oh, Drew, let's do the other endings as well, guys. Let's pick the other. Let's do the other choices now as well. So the other choice, then I'm wondering, like, well, it's the main choice, right? The first choice, which would be. Which is fine. It's saying I found him, right? So how is this gonna work? Because we know there's not an 11th day though. How is this gonna work? Explain to me that now, sir. Explain to me, sir, how that's gonna work. You know, Eito, I had you all wrong. I thought you were going to twist the rules just like you twisted my perception. It'd be so easy for you to put me in a situation where I couldn't possibly win. But now I think about it, that's not what you'd really want. What do you mean by that? It wouldn't be enough for you to just steal my body. You didn't give me a fair chance to win. Watching me struggle wouldn't have been nearly as satisfying for you. Without that, your victory with revenge would lose all meaning. That's why I'm sure you actually did create a fake 11th you to beat me within the rules you set. But we didn't see the 11th Eito. Interesting, you know me so well, Takumi. It's disgusting, really. But that doesn't mean you found the 11th me, does it? Ava was your last hope, and she's dead and gone now. It's true, I failed to find the fake within the time limit. With everyone looking the same to me, there was only one way I could tell who was real and who was fake. I was desperate to find some method of telling them apart. By that point, I'd already fallen into your trap. What do you mean? Even if I just guessed at random, there'd be a chance I'd find a fake by accident. You couldn't allow that, so you came up with a countermeasure. The 11th Eito's been in the same place all along, the one place I never thought you'd look. And where's that? Someplace I totally ignore, someplace no one has any reason to go. Your room. Wait, is there actually I thought there was no fake Eito. Nobody used it since you were captured on day 2. Everyone just ignores it. It's a perfect blind spot. That's where you've been hiding the fake. It's somewhere I'd never look, but it still follows the rules of him being somewhere in the school. I'm going there now. If I'm right, I'll see you there. The fake you that is. This is so interesting. We're actually going to find and I'll cut him down. This game will be over. You lose, Eito. Are we sure? Are we sure about this? I'll be okay. I figured out the answer. I have to believe in myself. Are we sure about this? No, that's number 2. That's a real one. That's a person. I was wondering you're going to get here. He's here. I knew it. I was right. I win 8. No. Takumi. This is someone. I took the knife and I killed Ava and stabbed the fake Ada with it. Who is this? This is not the... No. You thought I wouldn't believe you, didn't I? That's why you lost. I'm sorry, but we know this is we know this is the not the fake. Eito slumped forward and fell to the ground. I did it. I found the fake Eito. I've won the game. Now that Eito's inside my head will disappear. Wait a minute. I killed the fake, so why isn't it fading away? Because it's not the fake. Oh, no. Eito's body was still on the floor. In front of me, a pool of blood spreading out underneath. Why? It's perfectly simple. That wasn't the fake. It wasn't. What? But it had to be. Who else could it be? Why would anyone else be in your room? Oh, look, they're holding one of those notes you handed down. Maybe that would... Wait, did he write something on the notes? A note? It was true. Eito on the ground was holding a note with the number 1 on it. This is from when I was trying to tell everyone apart. There's something on the back. I turned over the note, an uneasy feeling rising in my stomach, so Eito set this up as well. Come to Eito's room on day 62 and wait for me. It's like, that's so sad. Who is this? I'll explain everything. It doesn't matter who it is, by the way. We killed someone. But don't tell anyone about this until I do. No, did you do this? You're the one who wrote it, Takumi. I just tweaked your perception a little so that you wouldn't notice. You really had no idea I did a masterful job hiding it, if I do say so myself. So even back then when I was writing these notes, you knew I'd come back here. This is so crazy again. Give him some credit, Takumi. By the time you think of anything, I'm already 2 steps ahead. I just didn't want to do anything to draw your attention to it and risk making you suspicious. Then who is this? I looked down at Eito sprawled at my feet. He was still alive, but it looked like he might be breathe his final breath at any moment. Who could it be? Who do you think I chose? It can't be. I did this to one of my friends. Yeah, we did. This is so messed up. I feel like it's you. I wouldn't say it's like as messed up as the other route technically, but like I feel like in terms of like Takumi's feelings, this would mess with him more than like 500 deaths for himself. Including the prisoner. That makes 2 victims so far. 3 if you count me. I'm going to kill you, Eito. And the tears formed from his eyes. Well, of course this is affecting him. Like, how would it not? He just killed one of his friends. That's the look I wanted to see on your face, Takumi. I wanted you to feel the same kind of hatred that I do for all of humanity. Faces, you were never cut out to be a hero. You're like me. Hate is what drives you. Shut up, I'm nothing like you.
Hey.
You're exactly like me, and the fact that you killed me without listening to what I had to say is proof of that. And again, this is what he wanted to prove. He wanted to prove that Takumi just like has no value, like will sacrifice people's lives for like for a gain, right? He wanted to prove this. Shut up, he says. What's wrong, you Takumi? Did I touch a nerve? Eito, you're dead. No, that's another one of them as well. Takumi. Takumi, why? That's another one of them.
There you go. You've done it again.
That's literally... We're just going around killing our friends at this point.
Done what?
You think I only gave that note to one of the others?
Oh.
And there was no time specified on it, remember?
This is... So, again, as we said, this is like more... I think in Takumi's mind, this would be... More, like, not to his mind, but I'm saying in his mind, this would be more brutal than...
It's just a coincidence that she was the first one to show up.
She... Wait, was that Nozomi?
She?
No.
Whoops. Did I give it away?
Nozomi Moko Hiroko?
So, what are you going to do now? You stabbed 2 of your very dearest friends.
do you even like? What do we even like do with this type of like? Stunned. Absolutely stunned.
They're not dead yet. And we still have the Revive-O-Matic, so...
What? Wait. Are we absorbing their hemoanima? I can feel the power. Yeah, we did. We mummified them. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my God, that didn't damage. And we won't even know who they were. But I'm guessing if he said she, he definitely means Nozomi because he didn't drop them by accident. He didn't say she by accident. That's not an Eito thing to do. Eito isn't going to say, because he knows how much like we love Nozomi. He's not going to drop the name she or the pronoun she.
Stealing your friend's hemoanima, Takumi? That's crossing.
Again,
a
look, he's just
line.
doing it to mess with us. It's all to like to make his conclusion about us feel true, so he can feel better about himself. He took control of my arm and absorbed their hemoanima.
How could you make me do that?
Oh, Takumi's voice there as well. Now they can't even be brought back to life. You can't fix this, Takumi. You're a killer, a murderer, a traitor. I said you were just like me, but I think you might actually be worse. You drove him to this. This madness is what drove Takumi to this. You have driven him to this. But again, it confirms in Eito's warped mind what he believes about Takumi. That he's a murderer. That he's someone who like just sacrifices people's lives for what he believes is like the greater good. He chooses who lives and dies. And by Eito's, and even though Eito is doing this unfairly here, he in his own mind is proving himself right. Eito, I have to kill him. Kill. No, not in this mindset. He's gonna. Yeah, he's done. His mindset is completely warped. It's over. How are you gonna kill? He's in your mind, Takumi. I'll kill you, Eito. No, Takumi, stop it. There's no. Why are you covered in blood? Eito, I'll get him this time. No, that's not. No, Takumi. Jesus Christ, man. We have to watch him just like slaughter all of our friends. It's over. I don't want to see this, man. And we're absorbing their hemoanima when it happens as well. Absolutely disgusting. I'm just stunned. Because I don't want to go forward because I know he's going to do it to everyone else as well. I know he will. Something's wrong when I have to get out of here. You won't get away from me. I'm just lost. I'm so like, I barely have like the energy to even like keep going with it. You know what I mean? I don't even want to click forward, but I have to. I have to keep. Takumi is not. He's not in a headspace right now. He's not in the right mind whatsoever. He can't even think straight. How could you? He's not. He is not thinking right. I'll kill you. I have to kill you. Again, it's just slaughtering our friends. This is the most brutal ending possible. Like, to me, Takumi slaughtering his friends is a heartbreaking prospect. It's heartbreaking. And we're gonna figure out as well. The thing we're gonna figure out, there's no fake. There's no fake. Just like we assumed. We're gonna figure that out now. 2 more mummies fell to the ground. Absolutely disgusting. Too bad neither of those were the fake. Yeah, but Takumi, we have to understand. He doesn't though. His mind is gone. Me sitting here being like, we have to understand. Like, I'm not in this position where like I've been warped and destroyed over the past 3 days, where someone's been living inside of my head. And there is a fake me, just like you said. I wanted to win this fair and square. See what I mean? This is how I know there's not. This is how I know there's not. You said it's over just now, but it's over for me or for you. I'm sorry that I'm not like at my. This is just so crazy to me. Like my mind was being choked, pure unfettered hatred. There were no thoughts in my head anymore, just the desire to kill Eito. And everywhere I looked, there he was. I stabbed him, slit his throat, absorbed that we're not killing. Yeah, and again, in his mind, all I can see is Eito, right? Eito, and that's what's justifying this in his mind. Because again, it's his way of like solving this problem, and in his mind, all he thinks about is if I kill Eito, this is solved. He's not thinking about the fact he's killing his friends. He's like, oh well, look, at least I'll eventually get to the fake. But every time his presence only got stronger, and so did my hate. And every time he's killing, he's getting, it's like powering him up for the next kill. He's in the school somewhere. I'll find him and kill him. I won't stop until he's gone for good. So this is probably Yugumu. More than likely Yugumu. I'm so done. Not in terms of the story. Like it's masterfully brutal writing, right? If you want to do a brutal ending and you want to show someone's degradation of their mind and how like bloodthirsty they become for Eito to the point that they can't even like see past the notion of what they're doing here, it's great. But holy hell, it's hard to get through. Holy hell, it's hard to get through. What the? Okay, yeah, there we go. More of it. Jesus Christ. I'm just... It's brutal to the point that I think it's intentional. It's brutal to the point that it's numbing me. You know what I mean? I'm like sitting here just like, please end this. Just please. My trusty sword in hand, I killed Eito again. I beg of thee, end this. I still haven't found the fake. All the bodies still look like Eito. I beg of you, stop talking to me for doing this, please. I beg. I plead. He was still alive. This wouldn't go away until he was gone for good. I beg and I plead. I'll kill you, Eito Atsuki. I'll destroy everything that you are. We just killed all our friends. I did this all for you, to help you become the real you. And again, that's what we're confirming his thoughts every single time. We're confirming his thoughts, his biases. Shut your damn dirty mouth. Oh, so scary. You're really letting the hate take over you now. But it's still enough. Your blade will never reach me like that. Embrace even further, Takumi. Hey. Give in to the hate, the strongest emotion of them all, the one thing that unites you and me. I'll kill you. Again, there it is, the bloodthirst. But this is in our mind. How can we kill him? There it is again. Kill. Eito has warped our mind to confirm his biases that Takumi is just some killer who decides who lives and who dies. That's what's happened. Fill me with your hatred. I will. That's right, I will. And this is another one of the choices. Well, we're gonna be doing all the choices, so like I'm gonna pick the one on the left. We're doing all the choices anyway, so yeah, I said I picked the one on the left. Yep, we're embracing the hate. I am so brutally like in the worst. And as I said, it's great brutal writing. It's what you want to do if you want to show like Eito's personality as it's imprinted onto like Takumi's life now and what Takumi has become. What Eito has done to Takumi. All this stuff is great writing, but it's like, I've just like, I'd rather never see this ending again. Just my own sake, I never want to see Takumi touch a hair on any one of the other guys ever again. You didn't need to tell me, of course I'm going to kill you. I'll kill you no matter what the cost. I'll kill you. And I did. I killed Eito as painfully and thoroughly as I could. At some point, the sensation of swinging my sword faded away. So it wasn't, again, it's become so numb to him as well that he's not even thinking about like what he's doing in that moment. You know what I mean? It's not even like he doesn't even feel the swing of his sword, which should be something that is very like personal, you know, and very like, you know, the weight of someone's sword is actually a thing that sword masters and people who use the sword all the time and like is like so important. It's something that has to be like balanced to you. It's something that you get familiar with. Using someone else's sword is like picking up someone else's like custom guitar or something. While you can use it, it's like it's not gonna be exactly the same as your custom guitar. I become one with my hate. There was nothing else. My vision was filled with red. I couldn't see Eito anymore. I wasn't done yet. There was still more I had to do. Still another Eito to get. What do you mean? Sir, what are you? Oh. The first. Wait, we didn't do this? I was gonna say the first justified kill, but we didn't do this? Boom. Oh, yeah. We did. I guess we did do this. This is the first justified kill. But that didn't matter. So long as I destroy Saray in a single blow, my death is inconsequential. Because the Revive-O-Matic will bring me right back afterwards. I taught you that didn't... Oh my god, Eito is controlling our mind forever.
Now I've absorbed everyone's hero anima.
Hell?
I have nothing to fear from anything outside the wall.
That's not why we did this, though. You've lost you. Wait.
The last one. He has to be here somewhere.
You know what's so interesting as well? His mind is like changed. Like that wasn't what we wanted. We didn't want to, like, we didn't care, but it wasn't about the fear of the outside the wall. But now, like, again, he's warping his mind. I feel like to be like, oh yeah, this is the justification.
I'm going to tear him apart.
I never want to see Takumi like this again. I never want to see him smile with that freaking like evil meep again. I never want to see him like this ever again. I never want to see him ever like this again, ever again, ever again.
You really hate me.
I love this guy
much,
too
don't
much.
you?
I love him too much.
How wonderful.
This is legitimately the hardest route I've ever had to go through. And we just watched Takumi go. Well, then again, no, that's the difference, isn't it? Like, we didn't get like a visual representation of Takumi jumping off a roof, and I feel like that's the difference, right? And I think it's like, you could say it's like a little bit like, you know, unfair, because like I think Takumi hurting himself was, again, still very difficult, but again, they framed that in the end as like this kind of like weirdly heartwarming thing. And I know it's like not heartwarming, but you know what I'm saying? It's the way they did it. This is like just like absolute brutality and hurting other people. You know?
I'm so glad that I get to share this hatred I've been carrying all my life with you, Takumi. That's what I really wanted. All this time.
To share your hatred?
I wonder why our hatred is so strong. Where does this emotion come from? I guess we'll just have to figure it out together. You and I are one now, after all.
Yeah, I think this is the second ending where it seems like so now we're one with Takumi with Eito, but the other ending was that he just basically has taken over completely. So no matter what, we have two bad routes here.
Like a clear, empty field, lit by a pale blue moon.
My hair is just done, man. I feel like, you know when you like you know, I'm trying to describe the feeling, but it's like this. It's just a feeling of like, you know, when you've had like a long work day, and you worked all day, and you're tired, and then like after that work day, like, and no, that's such a bad analogy because this is people dying. This is our friends dying. The best thing I can say is not to use an analogy and just say like all of our friends just died and we slaughtered them. Again, I'm not, it's one of the few times that I feel like, you know, we can talk about like the emotions and the stuff like as well, but like the horror of what's happening here doesn't need me doing an analogy. Doesn't need me like describing what's happening. Doesn't need me to describe even the effects in some ways that this is going to have here. Like, it's in plain text. We slaughtered all of our friends. You know what I mean? There's no... Is that it? It is. Oh my god. There's no... You know what I mean? There's no, like... We don't need to, like, go up and down about it. Eternal hate. We embrace eternal hate. That was one of the most... And again, it's... The difference between that and the route where we kind of ended our own lives over and over again, the real difference between that for me personally, and I know this maybe sounds like a bit like dark as well, is that, again, I think that, and maybe I'm wrong, but the other ending was played, it was a very tragic and dark ending, but then it turned into like what they were trying to do, almost like a uplifting, darker comedy in the end. And again, I know, like, again, I'm going to sound like maybe you guys will disagree, but like all these people cheering for Takumi to be like, yes, Takumi, jump off the roof. Like, it is trying to play up to like how the absurdity of it, right? So I think towards the end, it was like, yes, it was brutal. And yes, we were like, oh my God, this is horrible. We were, again, it was hard to watch, but the ending kind of made it like into more of like an absurdist, dark, 10% comedy and 90% dark moment, if that makes sense. I feel like that's what it was going for in that last moment there. Even though I don't think it's, I want to be clear, I don't think it's funny what happened to Takumi. I don't think it's funny to take your own life, but I'm saying with the way the game portrayed it was a heartwarming thing, but then the absurdist nature of it, of all these characters cheering for us, definitely did like kind of like make it feel more absurd in the end than it was absolutely depressing. Does that make sense? I think it does anyway. Let's go for this other decision again. But that was just us slaughtering our friends. So we have to go with you win, which I guess I lose is actually the more defined one. Let's see where this goes.
Fine. You win. There's nothing more I can do.
Oh? Aren't you giving in a little too easily?
It's the only thing I can do. I tried everything. I'm all out of ideas. It's over, Eito. You win.
So is this legitimately just like him giving up? That's what this is?
You're just giving up?
Yeah.
After sticking to your hideous ideals for so long?
Yeah, because it doesn't feel like he's being defiant in any way, right? It doesn't feel like he's being like strangely like, strong about this, or like, he's not showing any like kind of like, in the I lose section, he was already ready to like, fight back, it seems.
That's right. You finally got the better of me. My body is yours.
Stop it. That's not what I wanted to hear. I didn't want to see you like this.
So even now he's not happy about this either, even though we're less defiant here.
Oh, really? I'm sorry about that.
Maybe this, once again, he just wants him to be broken. He doesn't care about the actual winning or losing. Again, we know he doesn't care about the winning or losing, but I thought maybe he might be a little bit happy here to see that maybe Takumi seems a bit more broken. Have you forgotten what's going to happen if you lose? No, I remember. You use my body to do whatever you want, but I still have control for today at least. And there's one last thing I need to do. What's that? I'll go find Saray and tell him everything. He probably won't believe me at first. But once I show him Ava's body, he'll see I'm telling the truth. Wow. So this is a self-sacrifice. You set up an unfair challenge and you beat me. By the way, this pose is Eito's, by the way. It's very clear it's Eito's. I just didn't even realize. But I won't just hand over my body to you. I'd much rather die and take you down with me. You think I'll let our contest end like this? Well, what are you going to do about it? It doesn't matter what you want anymore. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to the war room. Don't worry, I'm sure Saray will make it quick. What will he... How will Suri respond to this is the thing. This is how it has to be. This is the only way to stop him. The moment I killed Eito, I'd already lost. This is the best I can do to make up for that. I wish I could have kept fighting a little longer. That I could have protected everyone with her and her. Especially until the end. That's of course, he's talking about the zombie and protecting everyone. That's the whole reason he came back here, was to protect everyone. That's why at the other ending of the other route, when he said, like, I have nothing to fear about the outside, it's like, that was never the goal. We never had the goal of, like, you know, nothing to fear. We had the goal of protecting everybody. And if everyone else is dead, we failed in our goal. But that just wasn't how things turned out to be. The least I could do is make sure the traitor was never hurt anyone again. I took a deep breath and prepared to head out to the war room. Huh? What's going on with my legs? I can't move my legs. Eito's doing this again? It's sooner than we expected, but it looks like my will is stronger. I won't let you go, Takumi. I won't let you die. So is it because Takumi has kind of like given in a little bit and he's kind of willing to die now? Is that why he doesn't have the same strength to resist, I guess? More than likely. You and I are one. I can't allow our story to end in such a mundane way. You're the one who wanted to be dead first. You're finally getting your wish, aren't you? Of course not. What I really wanted was... Never mind. The point is, I didn't want it to end like this, not until I achieved my real goal. I just need to rethink my approach to find something more appropriate for you. What are you talking about? I have enough power saved up to take over your body now. But it looks like it's the only way. Sorry, Takumi. There's a thunk again. What does this mean now? What are we doing now? What is it now? What is it now? It's denied the joy of victory, but this is another kind of feeling altogether. One I can't put into words. I'd share with you directly, but pretty soon it won't be possible either. Eito. Good night, Takumi. This is the end? What do you mean? What is happening this time? Wait, what? Ding dong bing bong? Right now? No thanks. What the hell's happening now? We just seem tired. That's the usual Takumi tired face. I'm still Takumi Sumino? But how am I still here? I lost Eito's challenge, he took over my body, and then I blacked out. Now I'm just awake again. What happened? I can't hear his voice anymore, and I don't see him anywhere either. Did he mess things up somehow? Is he gone? I don't know what's going on, but I'm sweating a ton. I better go wash up. I went to the bathroom and splashed some cold water on my face. It seems like Eito had like a plan in motion that he's going to set in place, and he even said like he was kind of like, oh, it's over. Like he kind of felt like he won in that motion as well, because we were going to go to Sorei. If we went to Sorei, Sorei would have like done the either shock thing on us, or Sorei would have just killed us and erased us from the Revive-O-Matic. Either way, he would have like saved everybody else. Then I looked in the mirror. Why are they emphasizing this? Oh dear lord. Oh dear lord. Oh dear lord. No. What?
What the?
We see Eito.
Good morning, Takumi.
No, fate worse than death. Fate worse than death.
Eito?
Fate worse than death.
But how?
No.
You look confused. Don't worry. I'll explain everything. What I really wanted was to fully savor the sight of you struggling against the inevitable. Until I tasted victory.
And we know this, like, he never cared about the winning and losing of this victory, but this is like, again, once again, something that is just so, like, it's not as hard as the other ones to watch, but this is one of those situations where it's just like, oh my god, like, I don't think on any route you can win this. I don't think there's any way to win. Unless the other route, the reject, right? That could be the one victory.
But then you went and ruined it by giving up without a fight. I was so depressed. My willpower started to weaken and ebb away. I was no longer strong enough to control you. I had to give up on taking over your body. So instead, I'm just going to live here inside your head forever.
That is a brutal Brutal fate. He's letting him live, right? Oh yeah, we get to live, but I'm gonna be inside you forever. I'm never gonna leave.
Forever?
That's right. I'm here to stay. Now I can enjoy that
But
look of
wait.
despair on your face every single day.
So are we saying that maybe possibly he can't even tell Saray then if Ato's like so embedded in his mind now? Is that what's happening?
But why does my face look like this?
That's yeah, fate. But I hope it doesn't say that I'm saying like, oh, fate worse than death, you look like Ato. It's more the fact that like it's not your face. It doesn't matter who it is. Like that type of stuff again would be such a like mind F.
It's a cognitive disorder, just like the one I.
So now not only does everyone else look like Ato, we look like Ato, and Ato's wearing stylish clothes for once at least.
So far as your reflection's concerned, you are me now. A fitting punishment, wouldn't you say?
You're insane.
And again, he's so exasperated, he's so destroyed. So what can you do in this moment? Like what can he say in this moment?
Look on the bright side. Neither of us had to die after all.
If there was like a camera right now, like a TV camera, I'd be looking at it right now like Jim from The Office. You think that's the bright side? You think that's the bright side? I don't know. No, yes, Takumi being alive is great. But Ato, again, Ato should have lived as well. I want to make clear, Ato should have lived as well. Right, they both should live. I don't know, man.
You have full control over your body again. And you can continue fighting alongside your friends, just like before.
But no, does everyone still look like Ato though?
Plus, whenever you're having trouble, I'll be here to offer you some handy hints.
What? Like, kill him? Murder?
And if you ever form a romantic connection, I can give you a running commentary of every disgusting act you and your special someone do together.
That is the worst. That is the worst thing I've ever heard in my life. That is the worst thing I've ever heard in my life.
Cheer up, Takumi. You never have to be alone now. From here on, it's just you and me.
Fate worse than death. Fate worse than death. Fate worse than death.
Forever and ever.
Fate worse than death. Is that the end? Okay, so Reject has to be the good ending, because what the hell is this? Reject has to be the good ending. It has to be. We've done 10 endings now. Reject has to be the good ending, guys. I'm sorry, okay. We can just, as I said, like, I feel like it's the same thing we've been saying since the start of this stuff too. And like, I know like we usually would be yapping like crazy, but it's like one of those things. We'll talk about everything in the end as well, but like, it's one of those things where I feel like what the story we're going through is exactly what he, oh no, we already did this one, sorry. Exactly what he, yes, is exactly what, how do I say it? That's, so they're saying Ato survived, Takumi survived her, but I think it's Ato, right? That's here as well. But yeah, like what happened there was Ato realizing that he can't truly get to Takumi in the way that he wanted to. So instead, he's going to torture him for the rest of his life. He realized I cannot truly break Takumi in this way around. So what I'm going to do is going to make sure I see him at every moment and every second of the day. He's going to see my face and look at me all the time. And that is going to be the torture. I'm going to describe his sexual acts. I'm going to describe his wedding. I'm going to be there to give him advice when he doesn't need it. This is basically Takumi's trapped with the one person that wants to see him fail more than anyone else. That's what's happening. And that is something that is, again, I say faith worse than death because while like you can say, well, no, it's good to be alive. I think a lot of people would feel like it. Imagine having the person that hated you the most and wanted you dead and wanted you to suffer inside your head 24/7. And and he's always like butting in. You're going to have your first kiss with the person you love. And he goes, oh, here it comes. Here's the kiss. You know? Honey, I think we should try for a child. Ooh, okay. Make sure you go to and get like some, you know, whatever people do. I'm sounding an alien right now. Make sure you go get the sexy time stuff. Make sure you go get the sex machine. Calvin, that's not what it works. Huh? That's not how it works. Oh no. Beam me up. They figured it out. I'm an alien. Okay, let's do this. Let's go again. Yeah, I'm kind of just like, this is just really just broken my mind a little bit, these routes. So this has to be the one good route, right? Rejecting the hate. Let's go. Let's reject the hate. This has to be the one. He says hopefully. He says with a hopefulness that isn't warranted or ever justified in Last Defense Academy. You know? Is this another end our own lives? I stab myself in the thighs. Where we're going with this again? Oh my god. I thought we were going to get like some sort of happy ending. Again, I guess it's one of those things while you weren't paying attention. Is that the line? If you thought this had a happy ending, you weren't paying attention. What are you talking to me? Are you crazy? I'm not like you. I'm not a monster twisted by hate. But you do, Amy. You want me dead at any cost, don't you? You know what you have to do? Eito Atsuki has to die by your hand. Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you? You want to give him the hate, just become just like you. Because then you can really take control of me, body and mind. The 11th Eito does exist. He's been here in the school the whole time. Is he saying it? No, is he saying it's us? In my head, oh no, you're. Oh, I thought you were saying it was us that was the 11th Eito though. I was like, okay, that's pretty interesting. But no, it's like saying it's like, okay, it's your yeah, okay. Sorry, I was so shocked I didn't read that. You're the extra one with no physical form, yes. And the only way to destroy you is for me to die. Oh my god, there's no happy ending. I mean, again, it's Last Defense Academy. I would say that there are no happy endings really in Last Defense Academy, but there are like somber, like beautiful endings. Like I think the ending with Nozomi and the kids from the other natives here is actually one of the most like beautiful endings, but that's a completely different idea, right? But I don't have to be the one to do that. Almost accused of surviving members of the Special Defense Unit arrived on the scene. What's going on here? Oh my god, we already have done this as well. They looked at me with blood-soaked sword in my hand. Like, the fact that we already have done this, I thought this was before. Again, my mind is so warped by everything that's happening here. The timeline's starting to, like, mesh together a little bit too much. It only took them a few seconds to connect the dots, as it would.
Takumi, you did this?
This is worse, because now we're, like... It's not worse than killing our friends. It's not. But it is bad enough that, like, now we're going to have to deal with the fact that, like, our friends are going to kill us.
It's not just these two. There are more bodies over there.
You know what I mean? It is legitimately... Like, the fact that I think he's probably looking for these guys to kill us.
Why would you do this?
I don't know. I don't know. Why Takumi? Everyone listen to me. We don't have much time. This is going to sound crazy, but it's all true. Eito's still alive inside me. What? When I killed Eito and absorbed his hemoanima, his consciousness was transferred into me. He's in my head trying to take over my body. It won't be long until he succeeds, and then he'll kill you all. Eito's consciousness? That's why I need you all your help. I need you to get rid of him by killing me. Kill you? You can't be serious, Takumi. I am. This is the only way to kill me before Eito can take control. But we can't possibly kill you. You're our friend, and that's what makes it so brutal is the fact that, yeah, they're all so close. They love each other. Takumi especially loves these people, probably even more. Not saying that they, like, you know, it's like there's a competition of who loves anyone, but he's been through the most times with them, technically, right? That's why even what you're saying is true. There has to be another way. There's not. I tried everything I could think of and none of it worked. I've hurt and killed so many of our friends. I can't allow this to go on. Please, guys, we're running out of time. Do it, I'm begging. And absorb my hemoanima afterwards. The Revive-O-Matic can't bring me back. I can't do that part of my own. That's why I need your help. Would that not just bring Eito's hemoanima into us as well? Into the other people as well, I should say? Well, what if whoever does... Oh, yes, I was saying, also gets possessed by Eito. I can't be certain, but I don't think that will happen. This is only possible because I already absorbed Eito's hemoanima before. So that we'd be only absorbing one, I guess. What about Saray? Surely he can do something about this. I wouldn't trust Saray with this either, but... No, that's not going to work either. Saray can never cure Ato's disorder back when he was alive, and Takumi's committed serious crime. Yep, he's going to just end us. 100%. Even if it was really Ato pulling the strings, Saray will probably choose to execute them both together. Yep, 100%. We don't have time to wait for that. If anyone's going to kill me, I want it to be one of you. How can you say that? I don't want to do this. You're my friend. I know, but you'll be setting me free. I want to die while I'm still me. Still Takumi Sumino. Alright, it doesn't seem like you're lying to us also. If this is really what you want, I guess our duty to grant your last request will do it. It's so horrible that this is... I thought this ending would give us like some sort of a happy ending. I thought it would give us something. But no. Every ending here is dark. Because it's either we end our own lives, we're trapped with Ato forever, our friends kill us, or we kill all our friends. There's no happy path in this route whatsoever. There's no happy path. Oh, Takumi. And especially since, again, like, this is like, he came back specifically because he wanted to help everybody. He loves these people, and they love him. We'll all do it together. That way we'll all share part of the guilt. I think I can live with that. I'm sorry it has to be this way. Alright, here we go, Takumi. Thank you, now do it. I'm so sorry, Takumi. Everybody raised their feud. This is so bad. There's no happy ending. There's no... Oh my god. That's a bit brutal with the way they... But I guess they wanted to make sure that he was gone. So this is how it ended. Killing Ato by dying myself, I suppose that was my penance for killing him in the first place. And again, that's the thing. We're not just going to sit here and pretend that killing him was like a morally good thing to do. And I don't want to ever make it seem like I'm saying that. I'm saying that, like, I always try to look for things from every perspective, right? But yeah, like, it wasn't a good thing to do. But again, the punishment didn't fit the crime in my view. And I couldn't even finish him by myself. I had to push this final duty onto my friends, but it was the only way. And we can't even see everyone the way they really are. If I could just die surrounded by my friends, maybe it wouldn't be so bad.
I won't allow that to come.
I know you won't. This is so freaking awful. Jesus Christ.
So long as my consciousness remains, my face will be the last thing you'll ever see.
This is one of the most brutal things, this whole route.
You'll die surrounded by me. I'll be the one who's killing you.
You really are a horrible person, the worst kind of human scum there is.
Why, thank you. This isn't the end I would have chosen for us, but at least I got to hear just how much you
And again,
hate me.
another win for Ato. He loves hearing that stuff.
I suppose I should be grateful for that. Goodbye, Takumi. And for what it's worth, I still despise you with every fiber of my being.
He wins. I feel like Ato in some way wins. He wins every route. This is the Ato wins route. He's once again victorious against us. I know specifically that the commenter who suggested this one, by the way, and the person who suggested this one, by the way. I know who suggested this one. I'm aware. But don't worry. I won't hold it against you. Just know that I know. Okay, no, they don't. This is interesting because I thought that maybe they would show us who died here. But they didn't. We seem to have gotten every single choice we can in this route as well. There it goes. We have finished that route once. We finished a route with, and we've gotten four. Was it 4 endings we got? I think. It seems to be. I think this is one of the most harrowing routes that we could do, because what we have here is like there's a meta punishment, and then there's also like a dark punishment to just like the actions that we took place in this game. In a way, I think the meta punishments that happen here are the game in a way, and not that the game punishes you, but the game is in a way like trying to show you that killing Ato in this moment, like, not only is the wrong choice killing Ato in this moment, because you're basically like, you know, accepting lies from Sorey. What a great like story writing way to show you that you are like doing the wrong thing by having one of the worst routes ever. And that sends a message to you that like saving Ato is actually the right thing to do, because in a meta way, the alternative is one of the most horrific things that's ever happened in this game. That's the alternative. Which is what's so... the other meta aspect is... and not really meta aspect, but like it is kind of a way where it feels like... Not only is it like saying that you made the wrong choice, it also feels like a little bit of a punishment in a way for not listening to what Ato is saying. And while you can say, well, Calvin, they want you to do every choice. Actually, like, you know, and the creator has said, like, every choice is canon. There's no, like, if you do 2 routes, that's your canon. If you do 3 routes, that's your canon. If you do 1 route, that's your canon. But I do think there was like a meta kind of like message and punishment in a way to direct you back to saving Ato and showing you that like not only is saving Ato the right thing to do, it actually prevents a lot of like pain and suffering. Because this all started because we killed Ato when he was telling the truth. And the reason why I said throughout this whole thing that I don't think the punishment really fits the crime is not me saying absolving Takumi of doing something wrong, which is killing Ato, because it's me just more saying that like we always have to understand this, because I think it's, as I said all the time in these games, it's so easy for me to sit in this chair. I bought this chair years ago. It's a lovely chair, right? I sit in this chair. I'm comfortable as heck. My knees are up to my chest. The mic is in between, pointing at my mouth. It's so easy. It would be so easy for me to be like, Takumi, like, why would Takumi not understand, like, that Ato's telling the truth? Like, he's such an idiot. Takumi's such an idiot. Well, what a dumbo. What a big idiot Takumi is, right? It's so easy for me to sit there and say that. The same way when someone watches Sidney Prescott run up the stairs and they go, Sidney, why you run up the stairs for? It's so stupid. We have to put ourselves somehow in the shoes of the characters and understand that in that moment, even though we didn't choose to do that the first time around, I chose to save Ato because I knew that something was up there. In this time around, if we did choose to kill Ato, there's no justification really for that would do it, because we're not trying to justify it. We're trying to get into Takumi's head, and if you think of it this way, he just got betrayed by Ato again. Takumi knows what Ato is capable of. Sparing Ato in a way takes a lot of courage, in my view, because I'm not trying to say like I was so courageous my first time through, but I'm saying as Takumi, as characters. I'm saying as characters in the story, not about the choices I made, but the characters are courageous enough to let Ato live, because it is a gamble amongst gambles. So Takumi killing Ato to me is taking a life, but to me I don't see it as like he committed like an unforgivable sin. It's more of a case where, and again, I know that I always say intent doesn't matter, but in a way he did it because he thought that this is like the best thing he could do for everyone's lives, even though it wasn't. Factually, it was not good. Factually, it was the wrong thing to do, right? And someone could say, well, you know, Calvin, you can't say factually, right? But in a way, I'd say like it's almost like I don't like ever dealing with the idea of the word objective, because like people use the word objective all the time to describe stuff that's subjective, right? People will be like, it's objectively a bad game, and you're like, no, it's subjectively a bad game. No, because of this and this and that. It's like, yeah, well, some people like that, right? But I think it's instead of saying objective, I could say that like we know factually so that killing Ato leads to one of the most tormenting times in this game. That's what we can say. We know it does, you know? And it was a tormenting time. It was really brutal, to the point that like at the end I was like getting very numb. Like there were still moments that shocked me, but there's a point at the end of like this route. Where's the route I'm looking at here? I don't know which route it is actually. Does it say? I guess not. Like exactly what the endings were, but we know what the endings were. It was the ending where we were killing all our friends. I just wanted it to be over because I just didn't want to see them this happen again. I hope it makes it clear, like especially for the person that suggested this. It's not me saying like I regret playing it. It's me saying that it's actually so well written that they were trying to make me feel destroyed, and I felt destroyed. And I think that's what they were trying to go for with that as well. That ending is probably the most harrowing to me. The idea of Takumi getting to such a point where his mind was so destroyed and so brutalized that he felt like he had to kill everybody in front of him is a dark perspective, honestly. And it got to the point where he didn't even remember why he was doing it. Now, I'll fear nothing beyond the walls. Like, that wasn't the original objective of why you were doing this. You know, it wasn't. But you still, that's what happened in the end there. He was not forced, but his mind was so destroyed and messed up, and his hatred for Eito took over, and he killed everybody in the Last Defense Academy. Killed everybody. And the reason why it's so horrible is that and more horrible, I feel like, than even like the one with, I know it's going to sound harsh again, the one with us ending our own lives, is not because I'm sitting here saying that like taking your own life is any way less important. It's horrible. It's horrific. But I think it's like the idea of like someone, I think anyone would say this in real life, like someone taking their own life is not as personally harrowing to that individual as it would be to kill 10 people. I think we can all agree with that, right? Even though ending your life is a harrowing, horrible thing that can happen. And it's so sad and devastating, of course. But I'm saying that, like, in terms of the perspective, like, what would be more horrible, right? I'm not trying. It's not like a competition. But I'm saying that, like, in terms of what was more harrowing to me, is the idea of killing everybody else. Because all I could picture when it was happening was like the idea of like these real characters like Ima and Kako, like Shoma and Nozomi and all these characters like Kako and Ima, like, man, they're like and Kako, they're like you know, middle school. Watching as this guy who was supposed to be their leader is coming down to them who has been losing his mind over the past few days, like, slaughters them. The ending with the ending your own life stuff was very creative. It really was creative. And having this like be almost like, again, I think, as I said, like an uplifting dark comedy in the end, that even had like a twist where it's like, oh, Eito's still here, was a very dark option. But again, it's one of those things where in the most Last Defense Academy way, they turned a very harrowing moment into something that is like, as I said, like, it was almost like an uplifting dark comedy where, like, as we watched, we were experiencing such a horrible situation of Takumi ending his own life over and over again. And as we walked over to that railing and we saw those people cheering for our death, it was one of the rare times where you could ever say a story about someone ending their own lives ended up with like a feeling uplifting. There's a moment in a show where this happens as well, but it's also a show where, like, I'm not gonna say which one it is, but it's a show where like someone can like come back to life and stuff like this as well. And there is a moment that feels very hopeful when he does it. So it can happen, but I think it's just a different type of hope. It's like people cheering for you. Hey, Takumi, let's go! Woo! And they know you've died 500 times and killed yourself 500 times. So like, and end your own life 500 times. So it is one of those things where it's like very dark and very hard to deal with. But it turned into like a more uplifting dark comedy in the end, right? Where Eito won in the end anyway. The other one was us like becoming one with Eito, and like he was like, we were looking at him and he was basically going to be in our mind and we could only see him all the time. This to me is just like another kind of ending, which is like a slap to the face, which is like, hey, like, even now you can't escape Eito. He's going to be around you all the freaking time. That to me is another really like dark, but I think it's played off as comedy, but to me, like, it's a fate worse than death. Like the idea of like having the person that hates you the most being in your mind all the time. And as I said, I used an example of like having like, you know, your first kiss with the first person you love, right? The person you're dating, and you're about to lean in for a kiss, and Eito goes, "Ooh, are your lips chapped?" Like, you'd be like, again, it seems like it's a comedy, right? It seems hilarious in the moment, but you're talking about like all your life. Like, you're about to have like, you know, your first picnic with the person you love, like in the park. It's like, oh, did you pack some sandwiches? You would be driven mad. You know, you're visiting your mom when, you know, for the first time in a while, and you go to her house and like he starts like saying insults about your mother. You know what I mean? Like it's like you have to picture it that way. While it can be very like, it's like a thought, you can think of like comedic ways it could work, but it's more just like dark. Even with the whole thing of like me being like, oh, chapped lips, that's like, that would drive you mad. Because again, the person that hates you the most is in your head all the time. The last ending there just showed that Eito was going to win probably no matter what. The last ending was another heartbreaking ending because, again, Eito in the end didn't let us even enjoy the last seconds of seeing our friends and witnessing our friends for the last time, the people that we tried to save. Because if we can talk about like what Eito's plans here along were, his plans weren't to do a competition. Eito is more offended, and I said this from the start, that we didn't kill him on the second route, but then killed him on the 57th day. On the second day, we didn't kill him on the second day, but we killed him on the 7th day. He's more offended that we did that than actually killing him, the active killing. Because I think if he killed him on the second day, he would actually respect it more. It's the fact that he believes that we believe that we're some righteous defender of justice and fighting for all our friends. But when we killed him in that moment and we like let him live for so long, he was offended. Because he's like, you are a liar, you're a bullcrapper, you decide who lives and dies, you can't pretend that you don't, you do that. So he devised this whole plan to torture Takumi into a few things. To Takumi embracing his own hatred. To Takumi deciding who lives and dies by killing people. Takumi having to feel the anguish of his mind breaking down, because that's what it was. He was lying about even the time thing, where it's like, oh, I'm eventually going to take over your body. It was more about willpower than anything. He was just trying to break his mind down. Eito wanted to break Takumi's mind down so that he would do all this horrible stuff, and any one of these is a victory for Eito. I want to make this clear. The ending our own lives, how's that a victory? Because in the end, Eito's the one who's there, and I can tell Eito's the one that's there, right? So in the end, he got to have Takumi torture himself 500 times, and then now Eito's alone with all of his friends, and he has the ultimate trust with everybody, and they're going to trust him. The second, the other one with us becoming one with Eito. Eito wins again. He's with us the whole time. And he gets to torture us the whole time. The one where we kill everybody. Eito has made us embrace the hate, and now now we're like a puppet for hatred. He has made us like, he made us into exactly what his biases were. A killing machine that decides who lives and dies. The last route, where all our friends kill us. It's the one route where you can kind of feel like we beat Eito in a way, but he gets the satisfaction of the end of not letting us like actually have any like happiness in the last moment. He's saying goodbye, and it's the one route that feels like a victory in some ways, because we actually do end his existence. But the problem is that he ends up like with him still having the last laugh. We beat him, but he still gets to have the satisfaction of not giving us everything in the end. So Eito, I think in every single route ranges from he won. I'd say the route we just did is the fourth least Eito winning, where it's like he won, but like we won, but in the end he had the last laugh. The other route, when we see his face, he definitely didn't win, but in the end he made his own victory and made his own way to win in the end. So he lost, but then eventually won. Right, he was about to lose because we wasn't going to get to what the satisfaction of what he had with Takumi, but now he technically won in life as well. The one where we end our own lives, he got to have the satisfaction of us all ending our own lives over and over again. And the one where he let everyone, we killed everyone, he got the ultimate satisfaction of being, in his mind, proven right. That's what he got there, and breaking down Takumi's mind. This is 4 routes of Eito either getting the last laugh or winning. And it's a punishment for killing him. That's what it is. A punishment for making the wrong choice. And it's so incredibly dark. So incredibly dark. Because we know, you know what's, and again, to end on this, what's so heartbreaking about all of this as well, is that we know in other routes, we become very fond of Eito. He becomes a heroic character to us, and he becomes very fond of us and very cozy to us and warm to us. He becomes that character because, again, Eito is a victim of all this too. Eito is 100% a victim of all this, and I want to close on that because I want to make sure that people realize that I still believe that. And you could say, well, after seeing this route, how could you believe he's a victim? Because again, it's one of those things where like Eito's mind is warped as well without any help in his entire life, and he was also a victim of this academy. We were also victims of this academy. Eito's a victim. We are a victim. Everyone in this scene is a victim. When Ima stabbed I almost said like Takamaru. That I said the same thing there. everyone in here is a victim, and that situation that happened there was because of the people that put them in there. Eito is still a victim. Eito is a victim. And I'm sorry for anyone probably disagrees. Maybe some people agree. He is a victim in this situation too. So it makes it hard as well because looking this route that we have here with Eito makes it hard because I had such a warm feeling about Eito, and I have to remember that when he is given the proper love and defense and time to breathe and you believe him and you support him, Eito does turn out to be not only a valuable asset, but someone who actually warms up to us and actually would fight for us as well. And that's what I remember as well. And again, I'm not here excusing Eito's actions because these were horrible. I'm not here excusing Takumi's actions for killing him. I'm just saying that's exactly how I feel on this. Oh, I should say as well before we go, I don't know if we're going to be doing another route. I haven't decided yet, so I'm not going to get anyone's hopes up or promise anything. You'll know if we move on to a new game or whatever, but I do thank you guys for coming along for this route as well. It's nice to kind of do a short route anyway if this is the only route that we do, but I want to make sure that I'm not going to be promising anything. And of course, it's coming down to my decision as always, but yeah, that's what I got to say. Guys, if you want to see these videos early, you can do so on YouTube members or on Patreon for €1 or whatever is in your currency. You get every single video in this time slot absolutely early. If you want to see your name go by in the text credits, that's the €10 tier, the Chunky Baby Gangsta tier, and you get your name in every single video for the month that you are pledged to YouTube or Patreon at that level, at €10, at the Chunky Baby Gangsta tier. And if you want to hear your name be shouted out every single video, as a verbal shout out in every single video, that is the highest tier at €15, and that again is in every single video for the entire month that you're pledged to both, or either YouTube or Patreon. And if you want to hear your name be shouted out verbally at the end of every single video, that is the I Can Never Repay the Baby Gangsta tier on Patreon and YouTube members at €15, and that's the highest tier that you can go on both of them. And I want to say thank you to the patrons first at that highest tier, that being Typharo2, Jamie Bull, Janet the Banana, The Ghost of Inazuma, Felicious Felix, Yuled, Anusta, Assassin, True Peanut Butter, Peter Shelson, Leon, High Kasperian, Neo Sharite, Leah 200, Malcolm Kunde, Axler21, and the highest tier of my YouTube members, Blasco, Kusanagi, and Shen. See you guys soon. Bye-bye.